Good morning and welcome to Coffee and, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee and panel.
Good morning to you. Coffee in on ON Radio. Tuesday morning, February the 18th in the year 2025. I'm Joe Callahan. Thanks for joining us this morning. Ed Carew is here from the Carew Investment Group. Good morning, Ed.
Hello there.
And we expect Linda Tebow to be joining us, but she's got a little ice problem. little frozen vehicle this morning, so she's de-icing the plane.
Really?
As they say at the airports.
Exactly. You got to de-ice the wings.
That's right. So you won't be able to take off. So Linda says she'll be a little late because she's having a little ice problem with the vehicle. So Linda Tebow should be here soon. And it's time for our first message from the Carew Investment Group, please.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Good morning, everyone. Are you retired or retiring soon? That's great. Congratulations. You may be retiring, but your money can't afford to retire. I'm Ed Carew of the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road, Suite 3 in Cumberland, Rhode Island. At the Carew Investment Group, we offer personal investment management of client money, especially from the proceeds of their 401k distribution after they leave the workforce. So to find out more about our services and for professional management of your investments, you can call me or Paul at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
All right, Ed, very good. Now, the stock market was closed yesterday.
Yes, it was.
So nothing much happened on President's Day down there. So
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. But looking at your weekly newsletter, it just says the market keeps adjusting to whatever Trump's newest executive orders are he's up to.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay, they just react to whatever he does, right?
Yeah, well, the stock market tends to do that. And
Yeah.
we pretty much know what he's going to do, but sometimes
How do you know that?
Because he tells
He
you.
tells you. That's right. Okay.
You know, and I'm in the habit of when somebody tells me something, I tend to believe them.
All right.
Or at least take it under advisement.
Well, with Trump, it's funny. He says, well, I'm going to do this. And then he does it.
Yeah, until he
people are
changes his
surprised.
mind.
Until he
and,
changes his mind.
You know, but
Yeah.
that's why when he comes out and puts on a tariff of 25% or 50% or whatever, and the stock market goes down, 500, 800 points first thing in the morning, it's like, okay, here we go again. By the end of the day, you've gotten back at least half, if not all of it. It's like, I wonder who the morons are that sold this morning.
The people that are new, new to the market. Oh my God! Oh, look at this! Oh, it's a crisis. All right. The first thing I want to get to this morning, and sorry, it is sports related, but this just bugs me, Ed. Like to no end, and it mostly happens with Major League Baseball players.
Okay.
I don't see it too much I don't see it in any of the sport, but here we go. The Boston Red Sox signed the new player, Alex Bregman. He's a third baseman from the Houston Astros. Well, we have a third baseman.
Yep.
His name's Rafael Devers. Does pretty well. And so they asked Devers, what do you think about moving to DH or another position so Bregman can play third?
No.
That's right. What do
answer.
What do you mean, no? And so, but I've seen this before. History repeats itself constantly. And I can go back, oh boy, late 80s, early 90s. You remember John Valentin?
Yeah.
Played for the Boston Red Sox.
Right.
Well, they had a new kid coming up from Pawtucket, and his name was Dustin Pedroia.
Mm-hmm.
John, they played the same position. John, we need you to move to third base or second base. I think where they wanted him to go because Pedroia was going to play shortstop. No. What do you mean no? I'm the manager or I'm the owner of the team. I'm telling you to go play someplace else. Now look at football. Bill Belichick put people in at positions they weren't used to. Go in there and play that position because I'm telling you to go in and play. Did they say no?
They wouldn't say it more than once.
That's right. No, they went in and played it. Same thing in hockey. coming up, usually when you play college or high school college, or high school to college, and the college coach would look at you, okay, you're good enough. I don't need you at right wing. I need you at left defense. You want to keep playing? Yes, go play left defense. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Well, look at last year, how many guys that they had playing center field and moving to second base.
That's
and
right.
the center fielder goes to left, and
they did
and
it.
then later in the game, the left fielder goes to right. It's like,
And that's what I like. Okay, that and you make yourself more valuable for the team, that I can play all these different positions. But when you come out, and I know you're making a ton of money, but you don't get to say no.
you're not going to make less doing something else.
That's right. Linda Tebow has made it in here after you de-iced the wings on your
gosh.
plane.
It's like a little igloo. It was entombed in ice.
Really?
Oh
Okay.
my God, yeah.
So were you able to start the car from the outside and then try to warm it up? Okay.
I did.
And you still couldn't get the door open?
Yeah. No, I could get the door open.
Okay.
I just couldn't get the ice off my car.
Okay.
Because it's ice. I mean,
It's going to take a while to defrost.
yeah.
And
But I
thaw out.
actually I had turned it on twice, so
Yeah.
that it should have,
All right.
but it didn't. And so here I am. Good
So
morning.
Does it?
Good
Hello.
morning.
So does this bother you about professional
Rafi?
athletes that just say, no, I'm not going to play there?
Rafi?
Yeah. Yes.
I like him though.
I do too.
Yeah.
But I don't want him to be a jerk.
Yeah. But he says, I play third base.
Well,
He said that in very good English, too.
Yeah, you're right.
We heard
Linda,
him. We understood
Linda,
exactly what he
think,
said.
think back to your days at the hospital.
Yeah.
And if someone said, Linda, we need you on the third floor.
You go.
No.
Yeah,
What do you
by
mean?
now.
No.
By now.
No. Go to the third floor because that's where we need you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Or I need you in the ER.
In the
right
ER.
now.
We need you on the ER. We're short.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nah, I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
No. I'm an OR nurse. I'm staying
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
As an example.
The OR nurses didn't travel
Well-
well.
The OR nurses
I
didn't
may
end
not
up
like
on
it.
another floor.
I'm just saying, well, no, you know what it is. I think so many of them have, like Jane, they've been in the OR for so long
Okay.
that they probably have forgotten what they need to do on a regular
All right.
floor.
Well, I use that just as an
no,
example,
No,
but
that's a little different.
It just
No, but
it just
if
bugs
the
me.
OR nurse usually does heart transplants, and you
She
tell her
does.
they have to go and do
Kidney,
a
yeah.
hernia,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like
No.
don't say no.
No.
All right. Well, that's just a little. They'll have to work it out amongst themselves.
Yes.
Down there at spring training and see where things go. Alrighty. So talk about much ado about nothing. I think. And the president of Mexico is all aflutter and all upset because we're going to call it the Gulf of America,
I know.
and she's going to call it the Gulf of Mexico. I don't call it whatever you want.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
You teach the kids in Mexico that body of water is the Gulf of Mexico. We'll teach the kids here that it's now called the Gulf of America, and life will go on.
Yeah, it will.
Boy, talk about.
What were you taught? Gulf of Mexico.
I was taught the Gulf of Mexico
Me too.
because that's just the way it was,
Yeah.
and we didn't question it. We're like, okay,
Yeah.
that's just what it's called. But okay, Trump says no, we should call it the Gulf of America. Okay, fine. And so maybe teachers will start teaching. My daughter wants to be a teacher. Maybe she'll start teaching the elementary school kids. Okay, we call this body of water the Gulf of America. Okay. The water doesn't care what we call it, and
No. Yeah.
and now the president of Mexico wants to sue Google because they're calling it the Gulf of
America.
Of America.
Yeah.
Google's an American company.
Well, okay, because Trump signed the order, and we heard it on our national news that other like in Europe, they're putting it they're giving it both names.
Are they?
Yeah,
Well, gotta
so-
make. But the thing is, why? But why either way?
Why are we changing the name?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
No, that's what I mean.
That I don't get. So.
But I mean, that's my question. Why?
Because
Leave
he
it-
can.
Because he can. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't have the ear of the president, so.
No, I know.
I don't know.
I know. And all that's important in the world.
Does it affect the stock market? What we
No.
call that body of water? No. So
No,
so
you could call it Harris Pond for all I care.
that's right.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
All right.
The whole thing is so insignificant that
You
you
see
know.
the-
that's right.
You see the thing on
Yeah.
Facebook that says the people who who were yelling or arguing to change the names of the military bases and to change the name of the
statues.
patch. No, the military bases themselves have been changed.
Yeah.
And change the name of pancake syrup. Right?
Like
Are
that-
all
Oh,
up in
that-
arms about
this.
Well, yeah, you know, but why? You know, leave it alone.
It's all silly. It's like, don't you have
Well,
anything
bingo,
better to do?
that's what I mean. You know, for all the things that a sitting president should be concerned about, is the name of things should not be.
Yeah.
Well,
you
he's not. Trump's not concerned about it. He signed the order and he's moving on.
No, I know that.
Oh, you
but
mean the president of Mexico?
no, I mean
Okay.
any president of any country. You know, it's you know, I mean, Obama did Denali.
That's right,
because
and Trump put it back.
yeah, and you know, I'm okay with that, but but I think when Obama did Denali, it was because of the native people called it Denali.
Yeah.
And some upstart American said, let's call it McKinley. You know, when I don't even know when we started doing that.
I don't know.
But that's how we knew it. McKinley, Mount McKinley. But-
Denali's a car too, isn't it?
yes, it is.
I think
Yeah.
it's a big,
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's a big,
But,
it's
you
a
know,
big SUV.
But you know, I guess my thing is, with all that's going on in the world,
This is what we're concerned about.
Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of why, you know, pay attention to the
All right.
big things.
We had a note that was
matter.
called in just to the panel. How would you react if you played third base for 4 years and then they tell you you have to go to designated hitter because someone else is taking your position? Well, this is what happens
That has happened.
in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. How would you react? Well, you probably wouldn't like it, but you're still going to get paid the same amount of money,
Yeah.
whether or not you play third base, right
Yeah.
field, pitcher, designated hitter.
Yeah.
Just go play the other position, do the best you can
Well,
at
Jim-
that position.
That happened at Poppy, isn't that how he became a?
Well, he was mostly a designated hitter, but he could play first base.
But originally
Not
he
very
played
well.
a base. No, but I mean originally he played a base.
Yeah, it was
That's
first
what I
base.
mean. Yeah, it was a first
Yeah.
base. Yeah.
And I look at Carlton Fisk
Yeah.
when he went to Chicago.
Yeah.
Catcher all his life.
Yeah.
Okay, someone younger and stronger than you is going to catch.
Yeah.
You go to left field.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about Yastrzemski? Left field.
Oh,
Same-
Yus-
same
Yus-
thing for Yaz.
Yeah, Yastrzemski too.
Yep.
Yeah, he
You
didn't have
played-
the arm to throw it.
You played
yeah,
a great
anymore.
left
Yeah.
field, but
yeah.
you're getting older. You're
Yeah.
slowing down. You don't have the arm that
the
you
arm
used to
to
have.
throw it,
Go
yeah.
play first base.
Yeah.
He went and played first base.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this, and I mean, maybe he complained about it in the clubhouse,
Well, you
Oh.
didn't.
but he still went and
If
did
he
it.
did, you never heard about
You
it.
never heard about
Yeah.
it, and I don't remember. Reporters are just different today than they were back then. They probably never asked him, "How do you feel
Yeah.
about moving from left field to first base?"
Because they thought it wasn't important how he felt.
Yeah, maybe it was. It's not important.
You
It
know,
doesn't
it's
matter
like
what you
team,
care.
No, you know that part of it though is team. There's no I in team. Right.
That's right. I see. You still get the bat.
Yeah.
You're still playing in the game, and you still get paid the same amount of money. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
It happens a lot. It happened to me in high school baseball. Joe, we need you at first. That guy who's the catcher, he's better than you. He got a better arm to second base.
Yeah.
And I agreed. He is. Okay, I'm going to go play first. Well, okay then.
Going to either going as DH or any other position, I guess. I heard something about him going to first base, or at least on a part-time basis.
Yeah.
It may be good to extend his career, because last year he was not himself because of shoulder problems.
Yeah, he was having trouble. Yeah.
On his throwing
Yeah.
arm.
Well, it didn't matter because he
Okay.
had trouble batting. Sometimes
Oh,
sometimes
okay.
he'd swing the bat and you could see the
The grimace.
Yeah.
I'm in pain from
Yeah.
doing this. Okay. All right, moving on now. We are going to take a break right now. So, Ed, time for a second message from the Carew Investment Group.
Okay, thanks again, Joe. Good morning again, everyone. The Carew Investment Group, 765-8880. We've got some simple advice about investing. Truth is, there is no simple advice about investing. The old days of financial uptrends and downtrends lasting for days, weeks, and months are long gone, especially with Trump as president. Sometimes trends last for only part of a day before changing direction. Investing is not an activity for those who can't take the time to study each twist and turn for the opportunity that it truly presents. Since 1987, we've seen them all, and we'll invest for you the same way we invest for ourselves. Carefully, very carefully. And it won't cost you a nickel to talk about it, so give us a call at 765-8880. Our office is conveniently located at 2190 Mendon Road, Suite 3 in Cumberland, Rhode Island. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
All right, Ed, thanks. Coffee and we'll continue. Comments and questions can be called in at 766-1240. People choose cremation over a casket burial for any number of reasons. Cultural or religious tradition, personalization, simplicity, cost, and time are just some of the reasons. But only you can decide if it's the right decision for you or your loved one. Annette at the Beriducci Funeral Home and Cremation Care Center can answer your questions about the cremation process to see if it's the right decision for you. Beriducci Funeral Home and Cremation Care Center, Spring Street, Woonsocket. Visit ProvidenceCremation.com.
Hey, it's Lamar from the Bob and Sherry Show. Have you been wanting to lose weight for some time? Would you like to have more energy and just feel better all the way around? But you've tried it on your own and not had a lot of success. Well, neither did I. That's why I went to PhD Weight Loss. It's a scientific method developed by actual doctors that does not use shots, medications, gimmicks, or severe calorie restrictions. Your own personal counselor sets up a plan designed for you that tells you what to eat and when to eat it. Now, I've been doing the program for just a little over 2 months, and I've lost 36 pounds, and I have never felt better or had more energy. Plus, the entire time, I have not been hungry. It has worked for me, and it can work for you. Get started right now. Call 864-644-1900. That's 864-644-1900. Or go to myphdweightloss.com. That's myphdweightloss.com and tell them Lamar sent you.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
Blackstone Valley's ON Radio.
All right, it's Coffee and on ON. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here, Ed Crew, and Linda Tebow are here as well. And boy, I don't know what is going on with airplanes.
Oh, yeah.
Another
Every
one,
week,
upside down.
That makes it even more bizarre. I mean, it's bad enough when a plane crashes. Usually they don't flip upside down. How scary is that? Especially if you're on that airplane. Wow, we're upside down on the runway.
Can you imagine?
I can't.
They're dropping out of the sky.
Yeah.
It's like
Nobody died.
No,
No,
that they
got
all
hurt.
18
survived.
people got hurt, but
Yeah.
no one died.
They all
Yeah.
survived. Yeah.
And it caught on fire,
Yeah.
at least for a little while.
Yeah, well, they were quickly there with the fire.
So did they say was this landing gear trouble this time
They
around?
seem to think the wind,
The
a gust
wind,
of wind, flipped them.
it sounds like they
it
landed
over?
and then there was gusts of wind and it flipped the plane over.
Yeah,
This
but-
was not a huge plane.
No, it was a small one.
It was 80 people. 80,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a 747, 737,
Right.
stuff like
With some
that. It
good
was a
weight to it.
smaller plane,
Mhm.
and it was not by Boeing,
Mhm.
just like the last couple of them have not been by Boeing, which
Okay.
to me was so happy because
Yeah.
for a while it was always a Boeing plane.
Boeing plane, yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, it's the most popular plane in the United States, that and Airbus. But Airbus is a European plane.
Yeah. So I guess Boeing's happy about that too.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. Yeah.
But it just seems like every other day there's
Yeah.
another. And if it's not a big crash, it's small
Yeah.
private planes
Yeah.
crashing
Yeah.
into each other. And
Yeah.
it's like, what is
It's
happening?
craziness, Yeah.
So this one, glad no one passed away on this one, but it is crazy to see the pictures of the. You never see an airplane upside down
Upside
I've never
down,
seen that
no.
before.
on a runway. I
They
said,
said
wow,
something about
look
it
at that.
clipped its wing or something.
Yeah.
And that's why they think a gust of wind might have
Just tipped it. Yeah.
interfered with their landing.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot.
They said the wind.
Yeah.
That plane was rated for, I think they said, a maximum crosswind of 35 miles an hour or 31 miles an hour, and the wind I've heard saying was like somewhere between 31 and 30 and 40.
Okay.
So,
It was a gust.
could have been a gust. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Well, what are they supposed to do? The plane is booked to go from Minneapolis to Toronto. And so if there's heavy winds, do they just go someplace else, or they just not take off from Minneapolis? What's the rule?
I don't know.
I don't know
The
either.
wind may not have been that strong when they took off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And a gust of wind is not
gust.
a steady wind. A gust comes up.
Yeah.
We had a gust of 62 yesterday in North Smithfield.
Yeah.
62.
Wow.
As much as they had on the coast. Who knew? You
Right.
know? So that.
Well, remember, we're not on the top of Mount Washington.
Yeah.
See, their gust of winds up there.
Right, exactly.
It's
exactly.
crazy up there.
160.
Yeah, 100, that's right, 160 miles an hour, and that's without a storm. So,
Yeah.
well, in case you were wondering, and we're planning on making a trip, Emerald Square Mall in North Attleboro has reopened.
They did open. Huh?
Yes, they had their inspection on Monday, and everything. They fixed the roof and they fixed the leak. And they fixed because the water was getting into the fire alarm system. That was the real issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can't be notified if something actually happens.
Right,
so
exactly. Yeah.
Everything closes right now until it's all figured out. It's all figured out now, so they've cleaned it up. And they discovered not only one, but there were a couple of leaks that were going on in that roof. So but now they have reopened. So if you're planning on going to Emerald Square Mall. And I don't know why.
Yeah, because there's not much
There's
there
not
anymore.
much there anymore.
I was
It's
gonna say.
that used to be such a great mall.
That I like that
when
mall.
I was
It
a
was-
kid.
it was-
Yeah.
You know,
it was
yeah,
hopping.
younger, used to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, no, it was.
Always liked that mall.
Yeah, it was civilized. You know, it was.
You got a J.C. Penney, which isn't doing great.
Yeah.
There's a Macy's.
Macy's, a big Sears. They had a big Sears there.
Sears is closed.
Yeah.
It was closed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their other big one is H&M, which is another fashion,
Yeah.
a female fashion.
Yeah.
That they're not one of the anchors. They're down somewhere in the middle. There is there's an Auntie Anne's there. I know that. Great pretzels. There's not much in the food court there anymore. So
I think there's
there's
I
a
think
hot
there's
topic.
still a men's warehouse.
I was going to ask.
Is there a men's warehouse there?
There was a
There
men's
was one.
warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it still there?
Used to be a ton of jewelry stores there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That keep moving, changing out and like that. A lot of shoe stores. Not anymore. But what they seem to be turning the third floor into, and they seem to be going this way, is not really retail, but more services.
Yeah.
So on the third floor, I think there's a dentist.
Yeah, doctors. Yeah, medical.
There's eyebrow threading,
Yeah.
whatever that is,
Yeah.
kind of thing. There's nails. There's hair cutting
Yeah.
establishments up there. So it's just we got to go. In order to fill the space, we got to go to services now. I think there's a photographer up there as well. So
Yeah.
whatever you got to do.
Well, it's good that they're still using the space.
Yep, but it's still
Yeah.
when you go in.
Yeah.
Remember when you used to go in? It was loud. It is,
Yeah.
It's so quiet.
Really?
When you
I,
go-
well, I
when you
hadn't
go in
been
now, it's
there
like-
in years, but
And
I
you-
used to
you-
like to go to Emerald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a.
But yeah, well, there was it was loud, just boisterous, just voices of because there were a lot
Well,
of
it
people.
was activity.
There was activity, and
yeah.
now you go in, it's like, and you can hear your shoes on the floor.
Really?
Walking, and you're like, because you're the only one.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like, wow,
sad.
it's like, So, but anyway, they have reopened and they took care of what was going on, and the Uxbridge police. You never know what you're going to get a call, and the Uxbridge police said one of our cows is missing. Actually, a baby cow. One of our calves got out of the corral. Can you come help? And they did. Police were alerted Sunday night. 2 officers went out, go capture the calf, and they did.
Well, good thing.
I don't know how, but they did. They were able to take some selfies. Here we are, me and the cow, and they posted it up onto their Facebook page.
Yeah.
We cow not make this stuff up. Now they're very funny over there in Uxbridge, but they were able to capture them.
Yeah.
I mean, cows can run; they can get up some decent
Yeah.
speed.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm sure the calf was just eating. It's probably just by the, having some grass, and
Yeah, but
Maybe
with
they able
all
to
the
get
weather,
on.
there's not a lot of that out there.
well, maybe they found a space.
Yeah.
And so, but they were able to get it back. So that's
Oh, that's a good thing because in that weather, the
Yeah.
calf, depending on how big, could have been
Yeah.
in trouble.
Did you hear about the they had a power dip at Rhode Island Hospital.
No.
Yeah, over the weekend. A glitch in the electric feed from Rhode Island Energy. That's what caused
Whoa.
the dip in power around 5:40 on Sunday morning, and it lasted for about 5 hours.
Ooh, that
Yeah.
could be rather dangerous.
Brief power outage
Well, they have
there.
generators, though.
That's it. They
Yeah.
kick right on. Brown University
Yeah.
Health said backup
Yeah.
generators immediately activated to maintain essential operational
Yeah.
patient care functions. Brown Health said
Yeah.
no patient care was affected. But geez, can you imagine being
Yeah.
back in the OR room, Ed? Can Jane imagine being there and the lights go out? All right, nobody move
Not good. No.
until the lights kick back on and the
No,
other
they-
generators start getting on.
Yeah, they have big generators that kick in right away, though.
Yeah.
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 But wow. So, but they got it fixed, and I guess Rhode Island Energy is taking. Yep, that was our fault. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
And other things with hospitals that are going on, and Rhode Island wants to take over part of Memorial Hospital, make it a daycare center. Not daycare
Yeah,
center.
homeless.
I'm sorry, homeless
Homeless
shelter.
shelter,
Daycare
yeah.
center.
Yeah.
And now a former nursing home in Providence is being used as an emergency shelter. Charlesgate Nursing Center reopened last week for homeless adults 55 and older. Initially, they had 16 beds available. They want to get up to 40. And at Memorial, the hospital, they want to get up to 100.
That's a big hospital. That's a good-sized hospital.
It is good size. So
But I guess it's in need of repair.
it's been
Vacant for a while.
vacant for a while, at least 10 years. For Memorial Hospital, I would say so.
Probably, yeah.
And we brought it up yesterday because the state wants to do this, and we're like, oh great, but the problem or the situation is it won't open until next month.
Yeah, so
I'm like,
then they...
but we need it now.
No, you need it now.
It's 17 degrees
Yeah,
outside on
yeah.
this Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Maybe in March it's going to be 40 or 50.
Well, you're going right into spring. Well,
you may
there's
need
still
it then,
some
too.
cold, bad weather
Yeah.
and stuff in March, but yeah, you're going into spring and...
But it led us to believe why is this taking so long?
Well, look at the pallet thing.
Oh, I know, and that took
That's what
13 months, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and they were just little things.
Yeah. The hospital should already have the electrical system in, and the heating, and the cooling, and the fire suppression. That should already be there.
Yeah. But if it's 10 years old or
Yeah.
so,
I
is
guess
it
it's gonna
still
be up-
operable?
Not-
Does it work?
Yeah, it might
Well,
not.
it shouldn't take you 13 months to fix it, should it? I don't know. I'm not in that
And
area,
there's a
so.
cost attached to that.
Well, they've got a nonprofit organization that wants to run
Want
it.
to run it, yeah.
So, but to update it, there's going to be money involved there.
There'll be
so.
money involved.
So, Ed, can we have your checkbook?
Sure. Won't get you far.
And so, on another note, when you go to prison, you have a lot of time in your hands.
I guess they have classes. They can go to school now and all kinds
Well, they are going to school, and some of them are taking law classes.
of. Of course they are.
Yeah.
And so now 4 Muslim inmates at the ACI at the High Security Center figured out something, and they were able to get a hold of the American Civil Liberties Union, and now they're suing. They are suing the Department of Corrections. They argue that the DOC is violating federal law because they're restricting the inmates' ability to observe Ramadan, which begins in a few weeks. That's their big month-long
Yeah.
religious.
Do they have to go
thing.
somewhere to do that? Is
No,
that
from
why
what,
we're
no,
restricting?
from what I understand, you have to face east to pray. Mecca. You got to face
Mecca.
Mecca.
Yeah.
All right, and you got to pray every day. I do know that. But it also claims that Muslims are not allowing Muslims regular access to an imam, IMAM.
Imam.
Yeah.
Imam.
Imam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
While Christian prisoners can
Yeah,
see
priest,
chaplains
judge,
weekly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Would that be up to the imam to come to the prison?
You'd have to have
Oh, yeah.
somebody. Yeah, they have to go there. Yeah.
Well, right. So
Well,
how
that's
can
like
they
all
claim?
the priests and the ministers do. They go there.
Well, then the imam should go there on a weekly basis.
Yeah,
then,
they should.
just like the others.
Maybe
so,
they don't have somebody that wants to go.
Well, maybe they don't.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're also arguing Muslims are denied access to religious items, including prayer rugs. And I worked with a guy years ago Same thing.
But I
He goes,
thought they had their own prayer rugs.
yeah, but I don't think you can bring it into your prison cell.
Oh,
Could be used for any number of things, like trying to escape.
it's a rug.
And for yeah, but let's cut it up and strangle somebody with it.
Okay, all right.
How many rugs do you see in prison cells?
No, yeah, you don't.
You don't.
You don't. No.
And so that's
No.
why.
Yeah.
But I did work with a guy one time. He was a teenager, and he was looking for a place where he needed to pray. And so you can use this room. It was a retail establishment, but it was in the back. Okay, and he brought his own.
His own.
For some reason, they have to pray on a rug.
The prayer rug.
The prayer rug, you
They
gotta
usually
use it.
roll them up like, yeah.
And he brought it in with him.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I guess they're not using them or not being allowed to use them at the ACI. I don't know. So they got a hold of the ACLU and said, let's sue. And
Of course they did.
And the ACLU loves to take on
Of course. Yeah.
things like this. And now we'll go after them. So that's what I say. You have a lot of time in prison, and so you have a lot of time to study the law. And say, okay, and now we can sue because we got nothing else to do other than watch The View and play a little basketball, maybe. They play cards though, don't they?
I don't know.
Do they allow them to play cards? I don't know.
But they have exercise time, and they have.
They do.
They have exercise.
But exercise time might just be walking around outside.
Oh, I think they have equipment and stuff that they.
Weights, I've always.
I mean,
heard
I
they
don't
weight
think
lift.
it's Planet
Well,
Fitness, but I mean, I don't know, but I think
They have a black card.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think they have treadmills.
No,
I
but
hope not.
and I know. I mean, and they can go to school. They can take
Oh, they can
college
take
courses
sure
and
they
stuff. Sure, yeah.
And they should.
Yeah.
Plenty of time. All right, we're going to take a break here in the Coffee and program. More coming your way. And it's time for a look at the weather forecast being brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance.
A wind advisory remains in effect from the National Weather Service for today. Increasingly cloudy today with a high near 22 degrees, wind chill values well below zero, breezy from the west with wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies, overnight low of 11, wind chill values below zero. Wednesday's weather, sunshine and 27. Thursday, mostly cloudy skies, high near 27, a north wind, a 30% chance of some snow on Thursday. Thursday night, another 30% chance of some snow. Friday, mostly sunny with a high of 32. Saturday, sunshine and 34. Sunday, sunshine and 39 degrees. And on Monday, partly sunny skies with a high near 43.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street with sunny skies, we are up to 18 degrees. Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Information at positivecoach.org.
Are you looking for solutions to meet your business banking needs? At Milford Federal, the longest-standing community bank in the area, they offer customized solutions for commercial lending, cash management, online banking, and payment processing services. Their business banking team is committed to the growth and success of your business with local decision-making and a relationship-based approach. Let Milford Federal be your banking partner. Visit them at milfordfederal.com today. Milford Federal Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and MLS number 465956.
Hi, I'm Greg Bell, the host of When Radio Was.
I'm Mortimer. Bill. Is that you under that blindfold? Bill, with this thing on, I can't see who I am. No, I imagine not. Can't you see anything at all under that blindfold? On a clear day, I can see the blindfold. You can? Yeah.
When Radio Was, shows from the past for today's imaginations.
When Radio Was airs Monday through Friday, right here on ON 1240 Radio at 11 a.m. and 11 p.m.
It is Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan along with Ed Carew and Linda Tebow. And it's time to do our Milk Fun calendar drawing for today. It is the 18th, and the winner today gets a $25 gift card from Target. Linda has pulled out.
Oh, okay.
Has pulled out a name, and what do you got, Linda?
Okay, Michelle Bocchini. Yeah, Michelle Bocchini.
I think she's won twice. I think we
Really?
pulled her name earlier. Yeah.
Whoops. And
That's
goes
how
back-
it works.
And it goes back in, right?
Well, after they come and pick up their gift,
Then it goes
their
back in the
card,
calendar.
their name goes back in the box, and we may pull it again. So, congratulations, Michelle. Very good.
Congratulations.
All right, we mentioned about how windy it is on top of Mount Washington.
Yeah.
Avalanche warnings up there.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Forecasters warn that large and destructive avalanches are very likely on Mount Washington and the whole presidential mountain range in there in New Hampshire. Wind gusts in excess of 150 miles per hour. That's the problem.
Whoa.
The Mount Washington Avalanche Center said it's unlikely any avalanches would be survivable.
Wow.
Now, people love to go skiing at Tuckerman's Ravine.
Not
there in
now.
Mount Washington, so be aware. It's also noted that in the event of an emergency, rescue teams may not be able to safely enter the avalanche terrain.
Wow.
You're on your own.
Wow.
And we just had 2 women. Was that last week? 2 weeks ago? 2 women that were hiking on Mount Washington.
Oh, yeah?
And got lost.
And they got lost. They took the wrong.
And they said, and they did everything right. They had the right equipment.
Yeah.
They had the right clothing. And they were experienced hikers. And
Yeah.
they still got lost.
Yeah.
And still needed help
Yeah.
getting out. I'm like, why are you hiking in the middle of February?
Exactly.
or late January? But that's what people like to do. So I would stay off the presidential range up there in
Wow, I
New
think
Hampshire.
so.
They're just saying, if it happens, say goodbye. That's
Right.
it.
You're on your own, yeah.
You're all done.
Yeah.
Imagine being trapped and say, sorry, you're in the avalanche area. We can't come and get you. It's not safe for us.
Yeah.
Scary.
Well, it's true though.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Let's see. Other things going on. There was a gathering in Providence because yesterday, Monday, was a holiday. It was President's Day.
President's Day. Uh-huh.
Well, they gathered for the "Not My President" protest, which are happening all over the country.
Yeah.
Hundreds gathered outside. They went out to the Rhode Island State House on Monday as part of the nationwide "Not My President" protest. Demonstrators say the Trump administration is trampling on the Constitution, and they have to speak out because the nation is at a turning point. So many of the protesters carried signs reading, quote, "No kings in America," unquote. Another one said, "No one is above the law." Okay. And one said, "Deport Elon." That's what seems, from what I can gather, that's what seems to be bothering people the most, is that Elon's making decisions.
Yeah.
Do you grasp that?
There was a thing that went out today that said he doesn't make any decisions.
Oh, really?
From the White,
Did
it
Trump
was
say
from
that?
the White House. It was either Trump or I think it was from the White House that it does not make any decisions.
Okay. Ed, do you think is he the problem? Not really the problem, but do you see that's why people are just up in arms?
Well, a
because
lot
they
of
don't-
people are up in arms about him because he's not elected.
Right.
And he's in charge of a new department that didn't exist.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, and has never been approved by anybody other than
The
Trump.
president. Okay.
Right? So, I could see one side there.
Yeah.
But the other side is the problems that he's finding should have been found a long time ago.
Well, yeah.
Maybe not all of them. Maybe some of these things are like, borderline, but some of these things are pretty serious.
Very serious from what I've been
So,
reading. And the way I look at it, and I don't know is this a fair comparison? No one's saying Elon wasn't elected to anything. Dr. Fauci wasn't elected to anything either.
Well, exactly. But
and we all took his word for it.
Yeah, but he was working for or ahead of a.
Yeah, the organization was already there.
An
Right,
existing
exactly.
department, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
An existing department, yeah. And, yeah.
Now, I've heard that said also that Elon is not making any decisions. So he
Yeah.
probably has marching orders to do certain things and not
Yeah.
do certain things.
Yeah.
And if it's.
Well, if it's just easy enough, okay, this is my recommendation, Donald. And Trump's just going to say, okay, do it.
Yeah.
Not to him, but he'll just turn around and say,
And
make this
I
happen.
think the thing that's annoying because all presidents appoint people.
Yeah.
That's
They
right.
appoint their people.
This is nothing new.
This is nothing new. I think the new is that it's a new department that
Okay.
he made up. And I think another thing that's bothering, and I get a little annoyed myself, it seems like he's always appearing with him, like they're wedged at the hip. You know,
Trump is always sitting down in the Oval Office. Elon's right there.
right there. And now he has the kid on the show. You know why? Is that supposed to make him look human? Elon, I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm not a fan. But you know that they're always together, so
But don't you think he'd
perception is reality, and they think
right.
that he's, you know,
But wouldn't you
he's
think
president.
if Elon started having press conferences on his own
Well, he should
without Trump there,
right.
he'd be criticized even more.
Well, right.
People would be saying, "Well, who is this guy?
Yeah,
And well, why are we listening to him?"
Yeah.
So since he's there with Trump, it gives him some validity.
Well, but I mean, sometimes it's not even he's not even doing the talking. The president's doing the talking and talking about, you know, one of the things like Gulf of America or whatever. And he's like right there. Like, you know, like they're.
He's an advisor. Like every president has advisors.
Yeah,
well,
but
you don't see him together with Rubio
no.
or any of those other people that he appointed.
And you know, I could see him if he was with him as an advisor for things that had to do with IT or you know or expenses of the government because that's what he's doing. But he's been sitting in on meetings with the president of India.
Yeah.
It's like,
Why is he there?
Oh, Trump must have invited him.
Well, but there lies the rub.
right.
Stop inviting him because you know and that's why you say you know he's president. Elon is president, and not Trump. Yeah, you know.
All right.
You know, perception is reality.
Well,
what the people
true.
think.
Okay.
And, you know.
But I've been reading, and I'll go with the Department of Education, and the waste that they have found.
Oh, sure.
In that department is outrageous. I'm going that it's all true. That what they're telling us, what I've been reading is fine. I mean, billions of dollars, going out of the country and have nothing to do with educating American kids. Billions. It's all that USAID stuff too. It's just so high up, amazing. All right, so I don't think he's going to be deporting Elon at any time, anytime soon.
I don't think so.
All right, more fun on the roads here in Rhode Island, Linda.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Rhode Island Department of Transportation is announcing some upcoming lane closures on Route 113. This is down in Warwick, over Route 195 and 295. And starting on February 21st, which is this Friday, the left lanes in both directions will be closed for construction. And they say this traffic pattern will be in place until mid-spring when the lanes will close on the other side of the bridge. And that one will last until late fall. And I'm seeing, when I'm driving to work, coming down Route 295 southbound, it just says new traffic pattern. Starts February 28th. I don't know what the new traffic pattern is, but there's a new one coming. I'm like, great.
I know.
I don't know. And I still don't know why. And Ed, you must get off right at Mendon Road. Mm-hmm. Why is the right lane blocked? Before the bridge. And it's been that way for over a year. As you have to get off onto Mendon Road from the middle lane.
I don't know which direction you're coming from.
Oh,
Where are you coming from?
southbound. Coming south on 295.
Okay.
You have to be in the middle lane, and then they get the sign that says lanes open if you want to get off onto Mendon Road. And then but the right lane is blocked, and then they have a bunch of barrels leading up to where the bridge is. And I don't know why it's blocked off. And it's been that way for
I don't know why either. It's been that way for a long time.
Long time.
You're talking about on 295 itself.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen any work being done there. Yeah.
I know they're working on the bridge, but I don't know why this lane is blocked. And it's just...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Call Peter. He'll tell you.
Alvini? Oh, yeah. He's not taking my calls. The Department of Justice has announced that Zachary Kuna has resigned his position as U.S. Attorney for the District of Rhode Island.
Yes.
Kuna presented a letter of resignation after the White House reportedly notified him that President Trump directed him to step down. Kuna was nominated to serve as U.S. Attorney in 2021 by President Joe Biden. In a statement, Kuna said he has worked hard every day to live up to the example of excellence set by his 38 distinguished predecessors over the 235-year history of the office. It has been an honor of his career to do the job. But Trump wants somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
So he's out, and somebody else will move on in. All right, we're going to take a break here in the Coffee and program, and more coming your way. And calling comments and questions if you like at 766-1240.
Every winter, the state of Rhode Island prepares for the winter season, and we want you to be prepared as well. At the Rhode Island Emergency Management Agency, our top priority is keeping everyone safe, so we want to remind you to be prepared for the ice, cold, and snow. Keep an emergency supply kit, have a communications plan, and stay informed. Find more information at riema.ri.gov or visit us on social media. Brought to you by the Rhode Island Emergency Management Agency and the Rhode Island Broadcasters Association.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Northern Rhode Island Council of the Arts is celebrating 30 years of Mardi Gras. The coronation of the Queen is February 23rd and includes an Italian buffet. Tickets $20. The Mardi Gras Ball is March 1st, includes a Creole Cajun buffet, and will feature the Squeeze Box Stompers. Tickets $35. Tickets can be purchased from any Queen contestant or at Missy's Family Restaurant, Cello's, Timeless Antiques, Pine Swamp Place, Beela's Flowers, The Honey Shop, Creative Impressions, Vos True Value Hardware, or call 401-486-9380 or 401-257-5797.
All right, it's Coffee In on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan here with Ed Crew and Linda Tebow. And guess what's going up on internet searches? People have been searching gambling addiction help, I should say. I'm looking for help for my gambling addiction. It's a growing problem, and experts say, what's the blame?
All the free things, all the gambling things.
Be a little more, Ed. Can you be more specific? You're almost on it.
DraftKings or
sports betting is it?
Sports betting.
Sports betting in whole is to blame.
Of course it is.
Because it's so easy.
And is that a surprise to anybody that now everybody's got addictions? We've been saying that right along.
You shouldn't be.
Yeah.
This whole, bet $5 and get 200.
Yeah.
That's just going to draw people in.
Of course it is.
Like crazy. The Journal of the American Medical Association said in a recent report that if gambling addictions gets out of control, it could develop into a serious mental health disorder and other problems.
Of course it will.
Searches for gambling addiction help in 2022 increased 22%, then jumped 25% in 2023, and the first half of 2024 went up to 31%. We're going in the wrong direction on this. States showing the highest amount of searches are Ohio, Pennsylvania, Ed,
Rhode Island,
Massachusetts.
I would have said Rhode Island myself.
Well,
yeah.
Mass had it first. So.
Oh, that's okay. You had it first. Yeah.
A Supreme Court ruling in 2018 legalized state-sponsored sports gambling through most of the United States. So yeah, and you see the.
And then they're surprised that there's a.
Well, you can't be surprised.
Why can you be surprised? You could have, come on.
I mean, even though they put on the ads, very small print right at the bottom. Oh, if you got a gambling problem, call whatever the number is. So, if you got a gambling problem, don't gamble. And I know they put on. They put on. Oh, we put on our safeguards. Put on like a limit. You can only bet $100 every day. Kind of thing. We won't let you bet more than $100 a day. Or we'll only let you gamble 30 minutes a day, and then you can't anymore. Okay, nice. It's a nice guideline.
And go to another site.
Yes. Sure. That's about. Or you can actually just drive to the casino.
Well, that's and that's it. And there's always another casino opening up because the states get the money from it, and
Yeah.
even like those things like Keno and all those. I mean,
Now to you and I, and we were down here. Bally's is right down the road.
yeah.
Basically, Plainville.
Yeah.
Is right up the road. I mean, both of them within a half an hour of Woonsocket.
Of course they are.
And if you've got an issue, all right, to us, maybe driving from here to Everett, Mass, where there's another casino.
Oh, really?
Which is north of Boston. All right, that's a long drive.
It's the WOON Resort.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But to us, that's too far.
Well, Plainville's right down the road.
I know, but
Yeah.
if you've been blocked out of Plainville for whatever, and you got your gambling addiction, you're going to make that hour and a half drive to Everett,
I'm sure you are.
or to Springfield.
Yeah.
Because those are the next closest ones, and you'll do it because I'm going to make it up on the next bet.
Yep. Next big
Next
filling.
one, yep. I can feel
take
it.
care of all those, and I feel it in my bone. My lucky numbers.
It is
Right?
is coming, and I don't fault the casinos for doing this because it's a way to draw people in. But I see pictures online all the time of people that are standing right next to the slot machine, holding the big check, and they've lucked out and they've made $60,000 or $200,000 on that slot machine. Yeah. And they're promoting it, and I'm like, I understand why they're doing it because, hey, maybe that'll happen to me too.
That could be me. And then you have all these, movie stars and television stars prompting all the DraftKings dual.
Oh, it's the sports stars.
Sports stars and all that kind of stuff,
And comedians like Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart, yeah.
And LeBron James.
Yeah.
Pushing it. Like crazy.
Right.
I forget who the other guy is for MGM. Another comedian.
Yeah, I know.
I can picture him, but I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
But they're very big.
And they're surprised.
It doesn't say people are surprised, but yeah.
Jamie something.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
You're right. It is Jamie Foxx that does that one.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if you heard, but we keep moving up in percentage. There's an asteroid that's coming right at us.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to hit it's supposed to hit the Earth in the year 2032.
Mm.
All right.
I won't be.
We've gone up to 2. You won't be here?
Probably not. God,
where are you going? We were at 2% that it was going to hit. Now we're at 2.6.
Yeah.
Keeps going up.
Yeah.
I mean, 2.6 is still pretty low.
Yeah.
The last I read, this thing is anywhere from 150 to 300 feet across. So it's 3 football fields. So look at it that
Sizable.
way. It is good size. It has a very small chance, obviously at 2.6, but it is going up. Now they get the date. It's my son's birthday. December 22nd, 2032. Mark this on your calendar.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that's right.
December 22nd.
December 22.
Doing Christmas shopping.
Don't shop.
Don't shop that year. It won't be worth it.
Wow.
No, they said, but they do say, it won't be like, it's not going to be like Armageddon. It's not a catastrophic thing. So, but in late January, and we're only a couple of weeks away. In late January, we're at 1.2%. Now we're at 1.2. Now we're at 2.6. So it keeps going up.
There's an episode of Star Trek that they could refer to. That.
Oh, good.
They'll show them how to split the asteroid.
I was going to say you can do that. I'm thinking, can't you? They can shoot it down.
Move it right out of the way.
Just push it.
Yeah, sure.
How do we do this?
I'm not telling. Go look at the episode.
Put the phasers on stun. Which Star Trek episode is this? Is this?
It's the one.
Bill
where
Shatner or
Bill Shatner, the original series.
All right, and they did this.
And him and Bones and Spock land on this planet where all the native people are living in peace and happy and all this and that.
But
they don't know that there's an asteroid coming, but the guys at Star Trek do know, and it goes on, and
they save the day.
And and Kirk ends up marrying Miramani.
Of course he does. Well, all right. Or you can do like the movie Armageddon. We'll just send the oil drillers up.
Yeah. Well, this is too small.
Well, it's 300 feet. We can still land on it. Well, that'd be tough.
Yeah.
They could just shoot it out of the sky. Can't they just shoot it out of the sky?
I don't know.
I'm thinking they can. We can do many things.
Armageddon, the movie, is so bad it's good.
Really?
Yeah. It's so preposterous that it's a fun movie to watch.
Oh, okay.
That's what I like about it.
Oh.
And I've always heard that NASA uses it for up and coming astronauts as a test. You need to write down everything that's wrong.
Oh.
Like the fire that's happening. Where's the oxygen that's coming from? So, anyway, just be aware of that. Mark it down. December 22nd, 2032.
2032.
There's an asteroid that may hit the Earth.
7 years from now.
How many?
Yeah.
7 years.
7 years.
7. All right. Well,
Well, 7.5.
maybe I might still be around.
But you won't know. We won't know what's happening anyway.
All right.
We won't care.
We'll say, oh, goody.
Harvey Weinstein suing his brother.
Really? What'd he do?
He's not happy with him. They make for an ugly Thanksgiving dinner.
Why?
Harvey Weinstein suing his brother Bob and another executive at the Weinstein Company for fraud and conspiring to push him out of the business. The lawsuit alleges that Bob Weinstein, executive David Glasser, and others got Harvey Weinstein to guarantee a $45 million loan to support the film production and distribution company. However, according to the suit, the money was not used for the company, but instead for Bob Weinstein and Glasser's personal use, unauthorized bonuses, and unrelated financial dealings. They put it in their pocket. Tough to prove, but I guess if they didn't make a movie out of it.
Yeah.
All right. So I won't worry too much about that.
Okay.
There's a measles outbreak.
Yes, there is.
In West Texas.
Yes, there is.
It's infected 4 dozen people in Gaines County, Texas, and health officials fear the true number of cases may be as high as 200 to 300. Many of those who contracted measles are unvaccinated children from rural Mennonite community. I don't know where these places are in Texas. Most people with the measles, which causes a rash and high fever, recover within a few weeks, but the highly contagious disease can lead to pneumonia, brain inflammation, eye infections, and it can cause death as well. Is this all part of the illegals crossing over?
Well,
kids in Mexico that just haven't been vaccinated?
Well, they said, though, that the cases originated from New Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it still could come from.
Yeah, it could be. Well,
immigrants.
no, the Mennonites. I mean.
Yeah.
We have people in our own country that are not vaccinating.
Well, that's
for
true.
Measles.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, if you got a few bucks hanging around, there is a very a rare letter written by George Washington up for sale.
Oh.
It's valued at $150,000.
Oh.
It was written during the Revolutionary War when Washington had fought for independence from Britain for 2 years. In the letter, Washington praised colonists at the heart of the American Revolution and the spirit of the colonists to take up their own arms to fight off British oppressors. It's 8 by 12 inches, handwritten on both sides of one sheet, and has a smudged fingerprint near Washington's signature. Put his thumb on it or something?
Yeah.
Prove that's me? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They had his fingerprint on file somewhere.
I was going to say, was it on file? Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, the FBI
Yeah,
has.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Coolest thing I've ever seen, though. One of the coolest things out in Illinois, they have an Abraham Lincoln museum, and under glass case, there is one of his top hats, and you can see his fingerprint on the hat where he would grab to tip it.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, that's really
That's
cool.
That's cool
To see. So wow, it's like wow, that's neat. Pope Francis is still in the hospital, Linda.
Yes. Yeah.
Treatment for a respiratory tract infection to deal with a complex clinical situation.
Yeah.
What are they really saying?
Well,
I heard bronchitis.
Well, yeah, any of the COPDs probably, could have bronchitis.
And he's 88.
That's what I mean. Anything at 88 is
dangerous?
complicated and dangerous for somebody that's 88 years old. And he's a bit of a he's been eating well.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's what you mean.
He's
Yeah.
become a little chubba wubba there.
Oh, well, okay.
And he's been eating well. And, I mean, he's 88.
Yeah. The Vatican says he will remain in the hospital for as long as needed.
Yeah, and I think that,
All right. Let's see. In a statement, the Vatican also said test results have shown a polymicrobial infection that has led to further changing to the Pope's therapy.
Wow.
He's been in the hospital since last Friday after dealing with the respiratory infection for over a week. So,
It's got a bacterial.
how do they get rid of it? Do you let this run its course, or are there medicines he can take?
No. I mean, if it's bacterial, they can use
Do something.
antibiotics to
Yeah.
treat. Sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, okay, that's good. All right, I think that's just about it. Let's see. A store that sells Legos in University Place, Washington, was hit by burglars who stole thousands of dollars worth of collector's sets. I didn't know Legos were worth so much money. The suspects backed up a U-Haul truck to the front door of Sasquatch Bricks, and in about 5 minutes loaded the high-valued collectibles into the truck. Lego has been the target of thieves across the country because retired sets are expensive.
Yeah.
Who knew? Okay. The Pierce County Sheriff's Office in Washington is reviewing video from a resident in the building. The owners are asking for Lego collectors to watch online to see if the sets are being sold. They've been stolen. Never a big Legos guy.
Well, Legos are expensive anyway.
Just to buy?
So many different sets, and
Holy
they are not
cow.
cheap. They are not cheap at all.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That'll do it for the show for today. Thank you very much for listening in. As always, Linda, best of luck with your car.
Thank you. Thank you.
I hope it hasn't iced over again while you were sitting here.
Oh, I hope not.
Let it run for a little while.
Yeah.
Ed Crew, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for inviting me.
All right, I'm Joe Callahan. Have yourself a wonderful day. And Gary Smith and the crew, Do You Remember, is coming up at 9:30 on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news. There is now a bill in both houses of the Rhode Island legislature to ban assault weapons in Rhode Island. It would prohibit the manufacture, the purchase, the sale, the transfer, the possession of semi-automatic shotguns, rifles, and pistols. The legislation has the support of all 5 of the state's general officers. A former nursing home in Providence is now being used as an emergency shelter. What had earlier been the Charles Gate Nursing Center reopened last week for homeless adults 55 and older. There are an initial 16 beds available, with plans to house as many as 40 older adults there by next month. The state purchased the property last year for about $7 million.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. The Transportation Safety Board of Canada is leading the investigation into a plane crash at the Toronto airport that left more than a dozen people injured. NBC's Tom Costello reports a Delta regional jet with 80 people on board was arriving from Minneapolis when it flipped over and caught fire.
As thick black smoke poured from the plane, firefighters smothered the scene in foam. The right wing ripped off, the fuselage bearing what appeared to be skid or soot marks.
The crash happened during blowing snow and winds of up to 40 miles per hour. 18 people were taken to hospitals with injuries ranging from traumatic to minor, and that includes a child. National Transportation Safety Board is sending a team of U.S. investigators to assist in the investigation. A federal judge is expected to issue a ruling today on a lawsuit over Elon Musk's advisory committee. The White House calls the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. Mark Mayfield reports.
14 states are asking for a temporary restraining order that would block DOGE from firing employees and gaining access to sensitive records. The group of states' attorneys general has argued that the power granted to Musk by President Trump is unconstitutional. During a hearing Monday, the judge said the states must prove there is an extreme threat of imminent harm. She added that she is so far not seeing the harms that they are claiming.
The top official at the Social Security Administration is stepping down after a disagreement with DOGE staffers. Michelle King resigned after refusing a request from the staffers to access sensitive information records.